Jesus is not just nice. Make a lifestyle, not just money. Come on, somebody. It's Monday morning, and I'm going to challenge you with these things today. Come on now. Stay focused, stay focused. Stay focused, stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. Todd, stay focused. I know you've got stuff being wrote about you. I know you've got a family. I know you've got businesses. I know you've got a ministry. I know you've got a movement, a mindset, right? A mission, or differently. Stay focused, right? Stay focused. This morning, it has been incredibly hard. It's been incredibly hard for me to stay focused. And I am a very focused person because I'm diligent about being focused. But my natural wiring or my natural tendencies, it's hard for me to be focused. It's hard. I was never diagnosed with anything, but I do know that I am like a shotgun sometimes, and I've been told so. Unexpectable, certain things, but consistent in a message is what I feel like I've been pretty strong with in the last 30 years. But today it's been spectacularly hard for me to stay focused. And so I'm just thinking about you guys. I'm thinking about what my mission here, my mindset, my movement, and my ministry. And now I'm adding a mindset, mission, movement, ministry, and mentorship. I really was moved this week while I was speaking at the Ignite conference. And I'm moving wired differently, more into a not just a mindset, a ministry, a movement, but more into a mentorship. I feel like I'm a better mentor than even probably a coach. I'm not going to stop coaching. I just want people to understand that. I think I've been called more to mentor people in a different fashion. I think I'm doing a great job coaching business people and getting in there and seeing these things. But I want to add to that platform a little bit of a better spin. I feel like my mentorship capabilities at this time in my life are even more important than some of the coaching things that I've been doing, but I digress. I say I need to be focused on what is I am called to do. And I read this verse this morning. He sent his only son that we may live through him. And it hit me as I was studying that and I was thinking about that. And where am I at in my focus on him? Where am I at my focus on that we may live through him? How am I living through him? And I started to think, am I living through him on the promise of everlasting life? And as I started thinking about the promise of everlasting life, I'm thinking about after death, and I'm thinking about my father, and I'm thinking about all this stuff I'm going through right now. Stay with me because I got a great message here for you that we're going to parlay into the rest of this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And as I thought about life after death, I thought about life before death. I think this verse that Jesus is talking to about us in 1 John 4:9, everybody, 1 John 4:9 is what spawned this process of thinking for me this morning. Thank you to the Bible app who brings up content for me on the right. life after death, right? He sent his only son that we may live through him. And we're automatically thinking life after live through him. But in First John here, First John 4, I think he's specifically talking to me about, hey, Todd, we got to live life on earth before death. Life before death is something we need to talk about, something we need to mentor people about, something we need to be more focused on. I mean, the everlasting life is coming. We've accepted Christ in our heart, so we got that coming. Come on, relax now. We got that. But what about life before death? This is really the piece I'm in right now. This is the piece that is conflicting right now. This is the piece that is causing me not to be focused on life living through him, but all the things around it, some 15 companies and challenges and Facebook and fun and social and newspapers and even now the TV and some things that are going one way or another. And I start thinking about focus, 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 focus. Are you focused? Focused on what? Part of my coaching process and now mentorship is this idea of helping people understand how to program their own identity in their own mind. I strongly believe that the biggest gift I have is that I have the ability to actually steer my subconscious to the places I want to go. Now, a lot of you have been following me over the last several, 4 or 5 years, and we're pushing some 300 podcasts. We've got almost 200, approaching 200 that are actually numbered and going through this latest vehicle. But are you focused? Are you understanding, why you're here? Are you understanding how to make the best of what's here? And I'm coaching on business. I'm coaching on life. My job is to grow you personally, grow you spiritually, and grow you profitably. And the show is generally here for you to understand that if I can touch every one of those pieces in the show, I've done my job. And the spiritual moment for today is 1 John 4:9. He sent his only son that we may live through him. So I wanted to talk about that. He said his only son so that we may live through him. And I want to tell you what is jumping out of me in that verse. And I'm not going to make it difficult. I'm just going to tell you what we're going to focus on for the remainder of the show, 6 or 7 more minutes here, is that I want you to understand that he sent his only son that we may live through him. And when he says that we may live through him, I think a lot of us jump all the way to death and everlasting life. And I think that we need to understand that the focus piece I want to bring to you today on your personal growth is focus on your spiritual growth, that we may live through him, which will all parlay into a profitable growth. And I'm going to close with that piece that I put on here, make a lifestyle, not just money. And we're going to build on that the rest of this week. Life after death. But I think it's more about life before death right now. What are we focusing right now, living through Jesus Christ, life before death? I don't know why. It just, we think about life after death. That's the goal. The Bill Maher, he thinks that Jesus is not real. He thinks maybe he's a real person, but he doesn't think he's a Messiah. He doesn't want to believe in Catholicism. He doesn't want to believe in Judaism. He doesn't want to believe in Christianity, right? But the truth of the matter is, he made a comment a while back that Christianity exploded all over the world because it was a religion for the weak, the losers, the meek. I'll agree for the meek, but his point is that everybody just goes to heaven. All you have to do is say, I love Jesus, and you go to heaven. And they're like, so of course the Jews didn't do it because that was the easy way out, and the Muslims didn't do it because that was the easy way out, and Christianity is just for the weak. Well, that's not the case, the Bill Maher. The case, the Bill Maher, is that this is not the easy way out. This is the only way out. I don't think it's funny. It's a little uncomfortable sometimes to talk about concepts and famous people and where they're at and what they're thinking. But I'm not trying to pick a fight. I'm just trying to give you another side of the coin. And what I want to share with you this morning is life after death is more about, that we may live through him is more about life here on earth now, life before death. And life before death, I think a lot of us, including myself in many ways, are running around trying to chase dollars. Maybe a little fame. Yeah, I like it. People say hi to me. I feel there's a responsibility there to not be an idiot. Can't chase money though, man. It's too quick. Can never catch money. Never. It's like the cheetah. Can't catch it. Therefore, don't chase it. Money needs to come to you. Success needs to come to you through your actions, right? That we may live through him. 1 John 4:9, he sent his only son that we may live through him. I'm not going to go on a diatribe and get through my concordance and make a big Greek, Hebrew dive deep into the words here. It's pretty dang clear. He sent his only son that we may live through him. I want to live through Christ, but it's not after I die that I want to talk about right now. I've been guaranteed that I want to talk this week about living through Christ before death. I want to talk to you about being focused on Christ before death. Right? I want to grow you personally, spiritually, and profitably. And I think we need to be focused on the things that are important to us in life. And if we are focused on Christ, the rest of the world will come to us. The rest of the world of success that is good for us will come to us. Good, bad things will come to us too, but we'll know the difference. And so I wanted to set you up for the next 3 days. I have a title and a subtitle of this show this morning. Jesus is not just nice. Make it lifestyle, not just money. And so this morning, I'm talking about focus. I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about you. What are you focused on right now in your life? What are you focused right now in your business? What are you focused right now in your family? What is your focus? I had a friend die unexpectedly 2 days ago, and I just found out yesterday. It just blew me away. He's living life after death. But right now, we need to live life before death. And that's what 1 John 4:9 is sending to me to send to you today. How are you living life before death? I don't want you to take Christ for granted. I don't want you to take these beautiful breaths that we have here for granted. I want you to understand that we are here to be on this earth, not to make money, but to make a lifestyle. Right? Like I get it. I mean, I spent a lot of my time in my life running around chasing money, trying to figure out how to make money, get the next business, get things up and going, and helping this and helping that, and make the money. But I realized many, many years ago that it really isn't about making money. It's about making a lifestyle. And sometimes we get out of whack because we start to make money. We start to think of problems. We start to think of the next deal. And we forget that we're really not here to make money. We're here to make a lifestyle. And yes, it takes some money to make certain lifestyles. But I'm telling you this morning, I want you focused on making a lifestyle, not making a money. I want you to be focused on this ideal that, yes, we have Christ, life after death, but I want you to be focused on life before death. We are called to train the saints, and we're called to evangelize. Two things the Bible has asked us to go do: save the lost, teach up the saints. And so what I'm doing this morning is I wanted to share this idea, right? There's a man by the name of Dallas Willard who wrote a book called Divine Conspiracy. I never read it. I heard about it. I heard a study on it. I read about a study on it this morning. About all the people that many accept Jesus Christ in their life, but they still live the same life in sin here on earth. And his thesis was that most people thought Jesus was a nice guy, right? It was just nice, but they didn't really understand that he was the most brilliant man to ever and ever will live or ever walk on this planet. Jesus was wicked smart, man. And I believe that what God's asked me, or he's asked me to talk to you this morning, is about focus. What are you focused on? Where are you at in your life right now? Understanding that he sent his one and only son that we may live through him. So I'm going to ask you this morning, are you living through him now? Forget about the afterlife. We've got that covered. I want you to understand that you're called to live through him now on this life. And a lot of you, like me, have been running around chasing money, worrying about the finances. And I get it. It's a big, big deal, man. I know it. I'm not trying to tell you it wasn't hard for me, or it isn't hard for me right now. I mean, I'm leveraged to a certain point. I didn't want to be leveraged at all at this age, but we took on another organizational challenge, and I'm just grateful for all that. And I'm wondering how I'm going to toggle some of the things that we're doing in this new business with my walk and my Wired Differently mindset, mission, movement, ministry, and mentorship now. But I want you to understand that I'm with you in this regard. So right now, as we get ready to close this morning, I want you to understand Jesus is not just night, but he is the most brilliant person to ever walk the planet. Flat, done, period. Are you focused on living life now before death? And I want to challenge you in this close that I want you to understand that I want you to make a lifestyle, not just money. I want you to make a lifestyle, not just money. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about how important it is not to be making money, but to be making a lifestyle. We're going to be talking about how Jesus talked to us in this First John 4:9, and how he has called us to make a lifestyle, not money. So I'm going to give you that to think about overnight. And tomorrow, we're going to break it down. We're going to have some bullet points, and we're going to give you some steps to go through. Are you making money, or are you making a lifestyle? Come on now, somebody. Have a great Monday. All right. Thanks for listening to me this morning. Are you making money? Are you making a lifestyle? I want you to be focused in that regards. I want you to understand, how are you living life before death? Because Christ has called us on that for 1 John 4:9. He sent his only son that we may live life through him right now. And get your shirt. Go to wireddifferently.com. Show your thoughts and your prayers and your pursuit behind Jesus and our God movement here on wireddifferently.com. Buy a shirt, buy a sweatshirt, buy a hoodie, buy a t-shirt. Get something once in a while. Throw on a jersey that represents your faith. I think it's so important that we're walking and we're teaching and we're embodying our fandom for God. It's good. You can wear Adidas, you can wear Nike, you can wear Detroit Lions, you can wear all that stuff. Everybody's okay with it. But hey, man, come on now. Throw on a cross, throw on a faith, throw on a slogan, throw a Wired Differently shirt on. Show the world that you are wired differently. Type in the promo code WIRED15, WIRED15, and you will get a 15% discount. Come on. Appreciate all your support in this mindset, mission, movement, ministry, and mentorship.